Hi, this is Bill for Sparky Channel, and today, live from San Diego, we will be bringing you an all-out contest between the new Milwaukee M12 cable stapler and the DeWalt 20-volt max cable stapler. First, the weigh-in. In the yellow corner, the DeWalt weighs in at 3 pounds 10 ounces, which includes a 2 amp hour 20-volt max battery, and in the red corner, the Milwaukee weighs 5 pounds 1 ounces, which includes a 2 amp hour M12 battery. The DeWalt is 11 7/8 inches long and 7 7/8 inches high. The Milwaukee is 11 5/8 inches long, just a little bit shorter, and 6 3/4 inches high, about an inch shorter in height. The DeWalt comes in at $219 for a bare tool, while the Milwaukee comes in at $229 for the bare tool. Both cable staplers take 1-inch insulated staples. The staples for the DeWalt cost $13.99 for 540 staples, which comes out to 2.59 cents for each staple. The Milwaukee staples are $16.99 for 600, which comes out to be 2.83 cents each. The maximum capacity of the DeWalt magazine is 34 staples, while the maximum capacity of the Milwaukee is 45 staples. Both feature LED lights to illuminate your work, and both have belt hooks. Both have systems to have the staple stop without damaging the cable to be stapled. And both have sighting windows so that you can see approximately how many staples you have left. And now for our first contest. Both cable staplers will staple down 14-2 with ground Romex. The staples are making contact, but the Romex can move underneath the staples. Now it's DeWalt's turn to staple down the same 14-2 with ground Romex. The DeWalt stops its staples just a little higher than does the Milwaukee. This is a difference in philosophy between the two brands. Milwaukee wants to put its staples tighter down on the cables, and DeWalt wants to leave a little more space. Now let's try 12-2 with ground Romex. The Milwaukee has tightened the Romex so that it can't be moved, and the DeWalt has shot the staples in such a manner that the Romex can still be moved. For the Milwaukee, the staple on the far right was so tight that I couldn't move the Romex at all underneath the staple. The DeWalt staples were a little higher, but very consistent. Now we'll staple 12-3 with ground Romex. Once again, the Milwaukee stapled the Romex tightly, and the DeWalt left a little space. Both staples of both companies are listed for double stacking for Romex between 14-2 and 10-2. For our next test, we're going to be stapling double stacked 12-2. The Milwaukee stapled the double stacked 12-2 very tightly. In fact, one of the staples deformed slightly around the cables. The DeWalt stapled the double cables so that the cables could just move slightly underneath the staples. Now let's try 12-3 with ground round Romex cable. Once again, the Milwaukee tightened the cable quite tightly, while the DeWalt left a little room so the cable could move. For our last test, we'll staple down 6-gauge stranded ground wire. Once again, the Milwaukee tightened the cable down tightly and the DeWalt left some room. The Milwaukee did deform one of the staples. Now let's go over some of the pros and cons for each brand. The Milwaukee has a larger staple bay. It holds 45 staples versus the DeWalt's 34 staples. This means that you won't have to reload as often using the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee is about an inch shorter in height, meaning that you can get it into more tight spaces. The DeWalt weighs less, making it easier to handle. The DeWalt may cost slightly less, and the DeWalt staples do cost a little less. The DeWalt has a deeper area with which you can find the spot where you're going to shoot your next staple. I'll demonstrate. In my opinion, the DeWalt is sometimes quicker to work with because of this. For the same reason, the Milwaukee staples down its staple closer to the cable so that the cable is stapled down more firmly to the work surface. I think that DeWalt secured the stacked cables just right, while I think that the Milwaukee got it a little too tight. So let's see what the NEC has to say about securing and supporting non-metallic sheath cable. Here's Article 334.30 of the 2020 NEC. Securing and supporting non-metallic sheathed cable shall be supported and secured by staples. Cable ties listed and identified for securement and support, or straps, hangers, or similar fittings designed and installed so as not to damage the cable at intervals not exceeding 1.4 meters, that's 4.5 feet, and within 300 millimeters, that's 12 inches, of every cable entry into enclosures such as outlet boxes, junction boxes, cabinets, or fittings. Flat cables shall not be stapled on edge. So now, with all this information and examples, close-up photographs, and the code's very, very important. I want you guys to decide which one is best. Put it in the comment section. Tell me which one you think is better, and that'll be a lot of fun. I think they're both great. I think you'd be happy with either one of them. So let me know in the comment section. I'll put links in my video description for both of these cable staplers, both as bare tools and as kits, and I'll put a link for their staples. Thanks. I hope this video was helpful.